What's good, Buck Nation? It's your Brood Boy, Juan Agadello, and thanks for tuning in to Tuff Bucs. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the third preseason game against the Cleveland Browns. So with that, let's giddy up. Coming into the 2019 season, the Cleveland Browns are making a lot of noise, and that's because they made a lot of moves during the off seasons on both sides of the ball. This is going to be a good test for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and see how we hold up against a solid team. Now let's start with the offense first, and I want to talk about the elephant in the room here, and that was the god-awful play of the offensive line, who gave up 5 sacks to Jameis Winston while he was on the field, and quite frankly, that's not going to be good enough. Jameis Winston's day was mediocre at best, and that's partly due to the offensive line's play. He had Rashard Perryman open a couple of times, and he overthrew him, and that's something that he needs to work on and get better at if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to get some success. He did have to scramble for his life a few times there, and he did a good job of protecting the ball, not causing a fumble, and not throwing an interception, so it was a good sign for him on that front. The Bucs were able to make a nice drive in the first half, but they ended up having to kick a field goal. It was a 34-yarder, and Matt Gay went to attempt it. He kicked it, and for 3, doink! Brick City hit the post and missed it. And that's not a good sign for Buc fans because, as we all are aware, we've been having some kicking woes for the last several years, and so that's something to keep an eye on. The battle between Cairo Santos and Matt Gay is still alive. So on the offensive side of the ball, there's a lot of work to be done, especially on the offensive line. I will note that the struggles on the O-line is partly due to, in prior seasons with Dirk Cutter, he used a max protection scheme, while Bruce Arians doesn't do that a lot. So there's a learning curve there for the O-line. So hopefully they'll be able to fix that. Moving on to the defensive side of the ball, I was very impressed by the D as a whole. The defensive line was able to put pressure on Baker Mayfield, causing him to make some pretty bad throws. Granted, they didn't have Odell Beckham Jr. or Jarvis Landry playing, but the DBs held their own and really didn't allow them to move the ball much. Cleveland had really good field position to start their drives, and the Bucs D did a good job to only give them 4 field goals. No touchdowns in the game, just 4 field goals. So that's something good to look forward to. So some things that stood out for me in this game. The O-line, obviously, they gotta get better. Gave up 5 sacks while Jameis Winston was on the field. That's not gonna cut it. We need more time for those plays to develop so that we can get those home run plays. Raheem Nunez Roaches, awesome name, and he's slowly becoming one of my favorite players. Had 2 sacks in the game, one I believe against Baker Mayfield and one against the backup. But he's having a solid camp, he's having a solid preseason, he's making a claim for himself to stay on the roster, and with the depth at the D-tackle position, I think he's definitely going to make the team. Chris Godwin, I can't talk about him enough. I mean, this guy's going to be a stud this year, and this is going to be a breakout year. I'm telling you this. So if you fantasy owners out there are listening, pick him up if he's available in the 4th round. He had 4 receptions for 52 yards, but they were a strong 52 yards. Very reliable receiver for Jameis Winston on 3rd down. He's going to have a lot of play this year, so keep an eye out on him. And the Tanner Hudson movie continues. 4 receptions for 49 yards, 1 big 3rd down conversion. This guy's making a claim for a roster spot on the team, and honestly, I'm all in on him. I want him on the team. Even though we're stacked at the tight end position, I think he's deserving of it. So we'll see what Bucko Bruce says about Tanner Hudson. And then finally, I just want to give a shout out to the DBs. I think they're playing really well, at least in the preseason. So it's a good sign going into the regular season. I hope that they're able to reproduce a lot of the plays that they're making in the preseason in the regular season. So kudos to you guys, keep up the good work. And that's my review for the 3rd preseason game against the Cleveland Browns. Buck Nation, let me know what you thought by leaving a comment below. hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell so that way you can get notifications on when the next video drops. So until next time, Buck Nation, you know what to do, and that's keep firing them cannons. Let's go.